It's over there.
Because we need room right now.
Oh, okay.
Let's get Chapter right now.
All right. So, thank you, everybody, and thank you certainly Loyola and Fremont for this prestigious honor for David. Those of us that I'll give you a brief history that it'll be
very brief.
It'll be brief. That we 26-year-old Deputy Attorney General and 27-year-old person who had hung around the Young Democrats for years got together and decided to run for the Assembly. And we happened to pick a district that had Jess Unruh had a candidate, Hispanics had a candidate, and the governor used to live in Echo Park. Remember we used to live in Echo Park? Okay. You're all right, right? We put together a campaign that at the time, and we kind of took it as a credo for the rest of our lives, that we didn't know what we couldn't do. You know, and everyone looked upon us as these country bumpkins out there trying to win a campaign. And we knocked off everybody, won the general election. Step by step, David moved up to the Senate in '71 in a big battle, which was for control of the state Senate. Because at the time, there was 20 Democrats and 19 Republicans. And we had a big fight. We had Jess Unruh and everybody else down walking precincts. And it was a big victory. And we talk about it, and going back to David in the first campaign, that hard work, there's no substitute for politics. If you start in the morning and late at night, you can just about win any campaign because everybody else stops at 5. David walked over 200 precincts that first year, and probably that's the last time he walked the precinct. I'll make one quick side note. One day it was 100 degrees, and I felt sorry for him, so we usually dropped him off and walked the precinct. So we drove all around the precinct, we couldn't find him. And then we found a Dairy Queen, and there he was. True story, right? I also, in our first campaign, Mario, brother, and Pat, sister-in-law, and about 15 of us would sit through the precinct list picking out surnames. And it was a lot of fun because we'd argue about there'd be some names like a Fonta, we weren't sure whether that was or that was. So that was the fun part of things that we did. Again, family, Elvira and Emil, David, and Mario's mother's father were so instrumental in that first campaign. We ran the campaign for $4,000.
Yeah,
right? And so I think I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about June a little bit. June was by his side from day one and would have been here, except she's down in the hospital today, not feeling well with pneumonia. But June is one of the key people in David's life. It was there day in and day out. And probably David would not be here today if it wasn't for June. Keep it in mind. So, anyway, thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Jerry. And we're going to have an invocation, but before that, since he was trained to be a Jesuit, we're going to have the governor of the state of California say a few things.
No, I don't give invocations anymore. So, well, it's good. But there it goes. Step out a little. No, step back. All right. Well, I wanted to come and honor my old friend David Roberti, who I think endorsed me at crucial times, but I can't remember when. I think it was the beginning. Was it
first governor's race?
When the first governor's race?
First governor's race, and every time you ran for president, or we
I think I came to
Secretary of State.
Yeah, I think I came to your office. Maybe it was Secretary of State. I came to your office and we had a little meeting the first time I met you. And, it was something to do with a mailing or something. Everything was about mailing in those days. But anyway, things were better when David Roberti was the leader.
Yes.
And Republicans listened to Democrats.
Yes.
And it was a much more collegial world. But it was contentious. In those days, I was one of the youngest over there at the Capitol. And today I'm probably the oldest of the electeds. And that gives me a little more authority, which I didn't have. In fact, I recall that Senator Roberti actually kicked me out of the Senate chamber because I was intruding without permission. And so anyway, that was actually a more civilized era. It was civilized because the Senate Pro Tem would kick you out if there was any possibility of disturbance or acrimony. Anyway, it was a good time. He did a great job. There was a level of principle and candor and straightforwardness and camaraderie that we were getting it back a little bit, but we have a ways to go. There were some real giants in those days. But I don't want to say the past is better than the future, because that's what you do when you get old. So I say our best days are yet to come. And David, I hope that's true with you too. And Loyola Marymount is giving you some award.
Oh, yeah.
Is this some kind? You know, I've never gotten
President's Award.
That's good. How about an honorary doctorate? That'll be next. All right. One thing at a time. Well, it's kind of a Jesuit school, but it's got that extra part of it right there.
The Marymount.
The Marymount makes it better. Gives you both sides. Anyway, I think you give it to a good man. I think did you go to Loyola?
Of course.
Yeah. You go to Loyola High School?
I went to the high school too.
You went to high school?
And the then law school I went.
Somewhere else. We're not doing that.
Somewhere else. We won't talk about it.
Well, that's another era that has passed. That's when Jesuits knew how to speak Latin. We had no choice. And I can tell you, that's a good high school that gives its students no choice. It's much better run. Nobody applauded on that one. Anyway, congratulations. And if you are lobbying, you can lobby me anytime.
Now that you've made the offer,
There's a lot of potential clients out there. They're just waiting for the signal. Anyway, congratulations.
One more.
And on behalf of our students,
You didn't get them all. What are you trying to get
That's for David's wife.
Oh.
AJ says hello.
What are you doing? Where are you?
I'm at the DoubleTree.
Well, I'll call you.
Okay, sounds good to me.
One more picture for the students. We got 27 students from Loyola Marymount. So stand right over here. Right? You guys, get ready for the governor right here. A little bit of room, please. You can.